Good morning, everybody. This is Abdul Sharif, your ICT teacher. So I'm going to record the database queries as YouTube videos so that it will be helpful for you to work from home or from class whenever you get time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have uploaded this file that's called queries.pdf. Okay. So this file is already available for you in Schoology, right? So for each and every, there are totally four queries. What you have to do? Queries are nothing but reports, okay? So report 1, report 2, report 3, and report 4, fine? So I'll be showing you the YouTube videos for report 1 and 2. Similarly, you will have to try report 2, 3 and 4 for by yourselves, okay? So I'll have two separate videos for report 1 and report 2, which we'll be doing in the class, and I'll help you if you have any doubts. But after that, I want you to try report 3 and 4 similarly. Okay, so first of all, let's check what we have to do. We are working on the same database what we have imported in the previous classes. Okay, for those who are absent, you can come to me and I'll help you how to create the database. So we are talking about this database. Okay, so after importing the database, if I do a click on this table, so this is the cars table, right? S16 cars table. So it has 837 records. Here you can see here. Okay, so here you can see I have 837 records totally. Okay, and if I click on the distributors field, I have 5 records. Okay, so now let's start with the queries part. Okay, so first it says produce a report 1 which contains a new field called delivered price, which is calculated at runtime. Let's study this query first and then I'll tell you how we can proceed. Okay, so let's study this entire query first. It should have a field called delivered price, which is calculated at the runtime. That means when I run the query, I'll show you how you can run the query. I should get this price, and this value, this field, okay, is equal to cost price, okay, whatever cost price of the car you have in the table, plus 200 euros. That should be the formula for this field, and this is a new field. If you see, I don't have this field here now. That means I have to create this field here, and this field should be equal to whatever cost price you have here plus 200. Okay, now next, show only the records where the country is France and the cars have not been dispatched. That means I should show the records where the country should be France. Okay, and from this table, the cars table, this is the distributors table where you have the country field, and from the cars table the dispatch field should be no. I have here minus and 0 because I did not change the format. So verify that you should have yes or no. So let me just do it. So I will go to the design view. Okay, you have two views. Go to the design view. Click on the dispatched field here. Okay, if you click on the dispatch field here, select yes or no. That is Boolean, right? And then click here, format below here. If you click on the format below, you can click on this drop down box and select on yes or no. Okay, here select yes or no, then save here on the top. Okay, and then click on view, and if you go to the data sheet view, okay, design view is for you to make designs or make any changes, and data sheet view is like how my data looks. Okay, so here you will see that the dispatch field is yes or no. If it is yes or no from the beginning for you, don't worry. If it is 1 or 0, you will have to change it to yes or no. So that is my query. I have to show the records. Okay, each of these are called records. I have 837 records. So I have to show the records where the field is no, the dispatch field is no, and the country is France. Okay, and what else I have to do? I have to calculate the delivered price, which is a new field or a new column, and it should be equal to cost price plus 200. And I should not show all the fields what I have in my table. I should only show win, model, power, engine size, cost price, color, port, distributor, and the new field what we are going to create, okay, with their labels fully visible. That means all the names and the data should be completely visible. Okay, so this is the query part of the report, and after this is the reporting part. Okay, the query part is like how you filter the records. Once you filter the records, report means how you want to display those records or how you can print those records. Okay, so it should fit on a single page. Okay, it should be of landscape orientation. You see here, all from here, from this point I'm talking about only the reporting part. Till here it was the, from here till here it was the filtering part or the query part. From here is the reporting part, but both combinedly are called as one report. Okay, so now fits on a single page wide, has landscape orientation, sort the records on the order of win field, that is the primary key, and finally calculate the number of cars in this selection and place it at the bottom of the report. So if I get, say, let's say if I get 40 records at the bottom of the report like this here, I should say uh, what I have to say is, like I will say here, I will draw a new field here. I'm sorry, I'm very bad at drawing. I'll have to say total, okay, total cars for France, okay, okay, equal to, and I'll have to show how many, like 40 or 45 or whatever it is. And this number can change. If tomorrow, if I delete some records, 40 can become 39. So this should be dynamic. It should not be hard coded, or it should not be hard written uh, for permanent. It should be dynamic. So if I add the new records for France, 40 should become 41, or if I delete, it should become 39. And this is the name of the field what should have at the end: total cars for France. Okay, and this report should have a heading or a title that says dispatch manifest port. Okay, and has your name. You put your name. Okay, center number for you is CO. Okay, CO 0, 2 and 8. Okay, this is your center number, and candidate number you just put as like whatever is your favorite number. Okay, with two digit number or one digit number. Don't put a long number. Okay, so candidate number, we still don't know what is your candidate number. This will only come when you write the ICT or the Cambridge exam. So for now you can put like 007 for all. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So let's start. Okay, okay, first of all, let's go to the database field and check, verify that my data tables are correctly imported. So if I do a double click, I am getting these records. I do a double click, I am getting these records which we have imported. And I want to check the relationships what I have created. So click on this database tools on the top here and click on relationships. And if I click on relationships, you remember we created a relationship that is one to many here. Okay, so I created a relationship with this field, that is the key, primary key. Here you see you get a icon here that says this is a primary key. So you have to verify you have all these things correct before you start. So that means you should have two tables, connection that is one to many, one to infinite sign, and this should be the primary key and this should be the primary key. So if you have this setup correct, then you can start with the query part. Okay, so before we start with the query part, we will have to close all the tables. Okay, so how do I close the table? So click on this tab on the top here. Okay, here on the top, and right click and say close all. If I say close all, it will close the tables. Now click on the top icon that says create. Okay, and after you click on create, you will see a lot of options here, and one of those options you will see as query wizard. Okay, if you don't have these big icons, you might have a different version of database, but search for these icons in your database. Or if you just take your mouse like this and stay for a second, it will show you what it is, what is the name of this icon like this. Okay, so search for query wizard. Okay, so click on query wizard. Okay, and it will ask you what do you want to do you want to create a simple query? Yes, I want to create a simple query. Select the first option. Okay, say okay. Okay, and after that it is asking you, you see here you will get the drop down box of the tables what you already have. Here it says, you see, I have a table, and how many tables do I have? I have two tables, that is cars and distributors. So select the cars table. I'll see the fields what I have in the cars table, and if I select the distributors table, you will see the fields of the distributor table. So let's check with the query what we have to do. So I have to first of all create a new field, the delivered price, which is calculated at the runtime. So this I will do at the last. Okay, before that let me start from this point because this is already available here. Okay, so show only the fields win, model, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, and distributor. So I'll add all these fields to my query. Okay, so first of all I will add win. So win is in cars table. So select the cars table from the drop down and add the win field. Okay, so if you click this icon, it will add that field here. You see, this is the selected field, this is the available field here. Add the win field to the right. Okay, then model. So model is selected here. Okay, like this, and add the model, and then power. Okay, add the power field, and then engine size. Engine size, I will add cost price. I'll add the cost price. Color, I will add the color. Okay, and then port. Now port is not available in the cars table, so it should be available on the distributors table here. Okay, select the distributors table. Make sure whenever you create the queries, always select the fields from the table. Okay, so go to the table field and add the port. Okay, so I add the port, and after port, distributor. So distributor is not here, so it should be in the other table. So let's go back to the cars table here. Okay, from the distributors table, select the cars table. here we have the distributor field, say distributor, okay, and what else, and the delivered price, which we have not created, and we will be doing that very shortly. So say next, okay. It is asking you, do you want to show every field of your each and every record? Yes. Select the first option, say next, and what is the name of the query do you want to give? So here S16, so let's say this, I will give a name, okay. I will say, let's say 10A or B, okay, whatever is your grade, underscore query 1, okay, 10A underscore query 1, and you click on finish. Now if you click on finish, you will see that by default you are in the data sheet view, and you will see those fields what you have selected. So it's like win, model, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, and distributor. But I have all these records. It's not yet filtered because we have not applied any filter. So how do I get this? If I do a double click on this query, I will get this. Okay. So now click on the home view, on the home tab here on the top. After you have double clicked the query, click on the home tab on the top and click on view here. Okay. Now you will see three views. Okay. We will be majorly we'll be using only the data sheet view and the design view. SQL view is the code view. If you click on this, you will see these codes which will not understand. It's not required also. So go back to the design view. So now if you go back to the design view, you will see that you have these relationship tables. Okay, expand these tables, and you have this column here. Okay, so here that means I have added the win field from the cars table, model field from the cars table. Okay, this is my table name here. Okay, so I can select this like this. Okay, and see here I have the field win, table, cars, and do I want to show this field? So that means if it is checked mark, that means I want to show this field. For example, similarly, I have the model field, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, and distributor field. Let's say I uncheck this, okay, just to show you, I uncheck this, okay, and on the top here you say run, or in Spanish ejecutar, right? So here on the top. So once you go to the design view, you will be by default on the design view of the design tab of the database. So if I click on run here, okay, here run, okay, if I click on run, you will see that the query or the filter is running, but now it is not showing me the dispatch field. Why? Because I have unchecked that. Okay, so again I will go back to the design view and I will check this field. Why? Because my query says that I have to show these fields. Okay, now let's start with this condition. Show only the records where the country is France. That means the name of the country is France and the cars have not been dispatched. Okay, so that means here in the criteria field, I will add an criteria for the country. Okay, but I don't have country here. Okay, and I don't have the dispatch field also. Why? Because I don't want to show that in my query, but I need that to add a criteria. So if you don't have those fields, what I can do is I can add them, but I can hide them. I will not show them in my query. So what I will do, first I will add the country field here from the distributors table. So you look at these two tables, where do you have the country field? It's here. So what you do, click on this country field, okay, and do a double click like this. So if you do a double click, it will add, okay, it will add, right? But the criteria is not to show, but I will show now, and I will add the criteria here. Okay, look at this field here, criteria. Okay, so I will add here, say France. Okay, France. Okay, just type France and click on any other blank field. It will automatically add this semicolons. Okay, now run. Once you do any change, if you want to check whether it's working or not, add this criteria here. So add the country field, do a double click, it will add, and add the criteria and click on run. So if I click on run, you will see that now I am adding the country field and the records here from 837. Okay, you will get only 148. That means we have filtered 148 records which belong only to France. So if you scroll down and check, you will see only the France cars. Okay, that is our first filtering. Now again go back to the design view. If you click on run, it will automatically come to the home tab. So go to the design view, it will go to the design tab here on the top. Home tab, design tab. Okay, now what is the second criteria? The dispatch field. So where is the dispatch field? The dispatch field is in this table. So add the dispatched field. Okay, let us show now. It doesn't matter. Later I will just uncheck it and click the dispatch field as NO. Okay, and don't select any of these built-in functions. Okay, just type no and click on this tab here. Okay, and just check. Okay, once you have added this field, okay, click run. Once you click on run, now you will see that instead of 148 records, now I have only 140 records where the country is France and the dispatch field is no. Okay, but I don't want to show these fields in my report. So simply what I will do, I will remember we are working on this query. Okay, so in the next, after this query, you will be adding more queries here, query 2, query 3, query 4. So make sure you always click on the right query and do the modifications. Okay, so go to the view, go to the design view, and here I have added these conditions. Okay, I want this criteria to work, but I just don't want these fields to show. So just I will do unclick on this field, unclick on this field, and then say run. If I say on run, I will see that I still have the same 40 records, but instead of showing France and the dispatch field, I am just hiding those fields. Okay, so for me, what is I'm interested in the number of records, because all of you should have the same data, same results. It cannot change. Okay, now till I complete the query, I will show those records. Okay, I need those records to see. This is for my convenience. Okay, this is how I feel it comfortable. Now the last part, what we have to do for the filtering is contains a new field called delivered price. Okay, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the cost price of the car plus a standard charge of 200 euros. Okay, so now, so to do that, what we will do is we will add here. Okay, so that means I want to add a new field here which should be equal to this field. Okay, so copy this field, just say Control C here. Okay, and put Control V plus, okay, cost price plus 200. Okay, if you just add 200, okay, and click on any blank field here, you will see that it will automatically add this square brackets and plus 200. And I want to show this field. Okay, so this name here has to be the new name, the new field name. So let's before changing the name, let's do this thing. Okay, here on this field, what I did was I copied cost price and I typed plus 200 and I clicked on a blank field. So this came up automatically. Okay, this came up automatically. So I'll just repeat this part. Okay, if you want to delete these columns, so you highlight till you get this blank arrow mark and click delete on your keyboard, supprimier, not the backspace key, delete. Okay, so what I did was I copied this cost price, control C, on a new field. So this is a new field for me, so I pasted it, control V, plus 200, and click on any of the blank field here on the bottom. If I just click, it will automatically add all these syntax. Okay, here. So now let's show this field and run. Run. So if I run now, you will see that again it is showing me the country field. Here it is showing me the dispatch field. So country is France, dispatch is no, and the expression here, if you see, it is adding. So I am getting this, you should be getting this in dollars. I'm getting the rupee icon, Indian rupee icon, because my default is my database region is India. So but if you see the field, it is 8,500 plus 200, so it is 8,700. Okay, but we have to name this expr1. This expr1 should be named as what? It should be named as this delivered price. So what I will do, I will simply copy this price field, sorry, the delivered price, control C, copy. Okay, do any modifications, remember you have to go back to the design view. So go back to the design view for this query. Okay, I'm running this query. Go back to the design view of this query, and here simply don't do any mistakes here. Simply delete this expr1, okay, and paste the new name. Okay, and then run. After you do that, just check, run. Now I'm getting these. Okay, if you expand, you will see that now I change the name to delivered price, but I have to change the format to euros with 2 decimal places. Okay, because that's our main, that's the instructions what we have from this PDF file which we are working on Cambridge, right? So here if you go back here, if you see, make sure all your currency values are in euros to 2 decimal places. So now it is not in 2 decimal places, not in euros, so we will change that. So go back to the design view. Okay, click on this delivered price field like this so that it becomes black. So if you just don't click only here, okay, select the entire field like this. Okay, so until you get this black icon like this, the arrow mark. Okay, then on the right hand side you should be getting this property sheet. If you don't get this property sheet, for example, so what you can do is select this field like this again. Okay, select the delivered price, what you want to change, do a right click and click on the properties tab, the properties icon. So if you click on properties icon, you will start seeing this property sheet. So here in the in the format, select what? Euro. Okay, in the format select euro. I am modifying the delivered price field, euro, and how many decimal places? 2 decimal places. Okay, once you do that, save the query, and now finally run. Now if I run, you will see that 8,500. Okay, sorry, so this field, let's check the first field. So I have here 8,500 euros. Okay, I'm showing the win field, model field, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, distributor. Okay, and I have to show the delivered price. I will hide this in the next step. And the delivered price is calculated at the run time. That means this field comes up only when you click on run. Okay, that is the meaning of run time. And this is equal to 8,500 euros plus 200 is 8,700. So similarly for any records, if you check, let's check this record. Okay, here it is 13,000 euros, and if you see, it will be 13,200. Okay, so now the next part is everything is fine. Okay, let's verify. Contains a new field called delivered price, which is calculated at runtime and which is equal to cost price plus 200. This is done. Okay, so this part is done. Okay, and now show only the records where the country is France and cars have not been dispatched. So this is the criteria which is fulfilled, but this criteria is important because if you don't put this criteria, you will get 837 records. That is not correct. So we have to put this criteria, but we need not show it because in the query he says don't show it. So we have to show only win, model, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, distributor, and delivered price. Okay. So this criteria we will do now. How we will do that? Simply go back to the design view and hide these two fields. Simply hide it. It says here show. Do you want to show it? Here it's asking you. Here, do you want to show these fields? Yes. I want to show all these fields, but I don't want to show this and this. So what I will do? I will hide and I will hide this. Okay. And now if I run, you will see that I have the perfect filter ready for creating the next stage of the query, that is the report. So win, model, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, distributor, and delivered price. Okay. So this is the query part. Now let's move on to the reporting part. Now this is all the reporting parts. Let's study the report part, what we have to do. Fits on a single page wide, has a landscape orientation, sort the records in ascending order. What is ascending order? That is 0 to 10, like 0, 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C. That is ascending order. If you have descending order, that's the opposite, like 10, 9, 8 or Z, Y, X. Okay, so now we have to sort in the ascending order. And finally, we'll have to calculate the total number of cars, okay, and place it at the bottom of the report. Okay, so query is ready. So now let's create a report for this query. So what you will do, click on the create icon on the top. Okay, once you click on the create icon, click on something called as report wizard here. Okay, this icon here. A report wizard. If you don't have these text available, search for this icon. How do you search for this icon? Here where you have labels, etiquetas or report wizard. Okay, so just hover over this icon. Okay, so sorry, so go here like this and it will show the report wizard, which helps you to create simple reports. So click on the report wizard. Okay, okay, you must save the query one before you can create any new object. So do you want to save it? Yes, I have to save. Okay, let me save it. Okay, I will save it and I will close it. Okay, now here you see I have two columns. That is, one is for tables and one is for queries here. Now after I start creating a report, I will get a new tab here that says reports. Okay, so I'll close that. My query is ready. Simply I have to create a report for this. So go to the report wizard here. Okay, report wizard, click on report wizard. Now here it is asking you in this, do you want to create a report for this query, what you just created, or you can also create a report for your tables. Okay, definitely we don't want to create a report for my tables. I want to create a report for the query. So in the future, when you start adding multiple queries, you will get those options like query 2, query 3, query 4. Okay, so whatever you have on this side, on the left hand side, you will see it here in the drop down box. So select the query 1. Okay, and what all do you want to show in this field? So we have already selected the fields what we have to show in the query, right? Like win, model, power, engine size, cost, price, color, port, distributor, okay, and delivered price. So I want to show all these in my report. So if you click on this second icon, I will automatically add all those in one single shot. Okay, now say next. Okay, so here don't it says, okay, here you'll have to select the cars field. Why? Because we want to sort the fields based on this win field here. So here select the cars table because we want to sort in ascending order for this win field, right? So now say next. Okay, do you want to add any grouping levels? In the third, simply say next. We don't want to add any grouping. It's advanced topic. I don't want to explain you now. Say next, and here you can sort the records up to 4 fields in either ascending or descending order. So it is asking you, do you want to sort the records? So select the win field. Okay, so select the win field here, and do you want it in ascending order or descending order? So keep it ascending. We need ascending order, right? Now say next, and now always leave it tabular. Okay, don't do anything on the layout, but the orientation should be landscape. Okay, and adjust the field width so that all the fields fit on a single page. So you have to select this option here. That is this condition. You see, we did all this. Fits on a single page, orientation is landscape, and ascending order. We are doing these 3 parts. Okay. Now say next, and it will ask you for the name of the report. So what I will do, I will put 10A, okay, underscore. Okay, better start adding your names here. So let's say Abdul underscore report 1. Okay. If you are 10B, 10B underscore whatever is your name, first name. Don't put your full 4 names, only the first name, and report 1, and say finish. Okay. The moment you say finish, you will see here a new tab is added here, right? A new thing is added, and the icon is also changed. It is in green color. Okay, the queries are in this colors, these icons, and the tables are in these icons. So make sure what you are clicking. Okay, so now if I do a double click, you will see this, my report is generated. So I'm having the win field model, okay, which is ordered, which is sorted in the ascending order. So don't worry what I have my first record, it might change. Okay, so don't worry about this, but the number of this is very important for me. You should have only 40 or how many? So last record 40. You should have the 40 records for the query. So this report is just a report for this query. If you have this query correct, the report will be automatically correct. Now we have to just arrange this. Okay. You see, I am getting 2 pages. Okay, this is page 1, and if you want to go to the next page, click on this icon here at the bottom that says next page here. Okay, here. Okay, so if I go to the next page, I'm having these records. Okay, so but I'm getting these hashtags because there is no place to display these fields, so we will have to arrange these fields. And here I'm getting the date, which is not required, and I'm getting this page 2 of 2, which is also not required. Okay, so first let me close this. Okay, now for the report view, to go back, this report view also has the design view. So click on close, print view. Okay, and here go to the, if you click and if you go to the design, you will see this, the design view of the report. Okay, so the design view of the report means here whatever, if you arrange these things, if you reduce this space, it will reduce the space of the field on your report. Okay, so page header, let me explain you how this report works. Okay, now let's say this is our report. Okay, sorry, this is not a square, but you can assume it as a square. So it is having page header. This is called as a page header. Okay, that means if I have two pages, if I have two pages, okay, if I have two pages, I will have the same page header. Okay, so I'll have the same page header. Okay, I think the better is to, instead of drawing, let me open a Word wherein I can draw good. Sorry, hold on. Okay. Okay, so I have a page in a report. So this would be my page. Okay, so this would be my page header, right? And similarly I will have what is known as page footer also. Okay, so so this is what, so insert text box here. So this is page header, and this is page footer. Okay, so if I have multiple pages, I will have the same thing, but what I will have is I will have a report header which is only on the first page of the report, and let's say report header, and I will have something known as report footer. Okay, that will be only on the first and the last page of the report, but page header and page footer will be on each and every page of the report. Okay, so that's what we have to do. So this is the page header and these are the records and page footer. Similarly, you have something known as report footer and report header. Okay, now if you check, it says includes a heading that says dispatch manifest at the top of the page. That means he's talking about the header of the report. So copy this, and instead of this name, okay, let's put this name. Okay, and then what else? And here we have to say, we have to add what? We have to add has your name, center number and candidate number on the left in the footer. Okay, so that means here he is talking about the page footer. Okay, this is the report footer, report header, but this is the page footer. So here it says the page footer, expand these fields. Okay, now it was showing you time, so select this box, delete this box, press the delete key and go and add a what label here. If you click on the design view, here you have a lot of options what you can add, text box or label. So click on label. If you click on label, you will get this icon. So draw a small box like this, okay, on the left, and here you write your name like Abdul Colombia 028, give space 007. Okay, and in the report footer. Okay, now just let's check how it works. Now save, click on view and go to the print view here. Okay, the reports have 4 views: report view, print view. Okay, go to the print view. Here you will see that Abdul Colombia 028 is coming on the first page, coming on the second page also, and since this is the second page, you will not get the report header. Instead, if you go to the page 1, you will get the report header in the page 1 here. This is page 1. I am getting the report header, okay, but am I also getting the page footer? So if I go to the next page, I don't get the report header, but instead I get the page footer. Okay, now close the print view, go back to the design view again. Now what we have to do, now if I go to the print view again, all these fields, that is the cost price and the delivered price, don't have sufficient space. So I'll have to fix those fields. So I will close it. So here, reduce, select both like this, okay, and start reducing the space here for the engine size and start giving space for the cost price. So I will select both and I will shift left like this, okay, and I will expand this together, okay, and now I save, Control S. Now go to the print view and check. Now you see the cost price has moved and the delivered price is not, because I did not arrange that. So similarly, you can move any of these fields based on your convenience so that everything is visible. So similarly, go here. Okay, so what I will do, I will select the color price, I will reduce it. It's up to you, you can do whatever you like, and I will shift this port fields to the left. Okay, so I will shift both. I'll shift this field. Okay, I will shift this field and I will simply expand this field and I'll reduce this field so that I get space for my delivered price. So I'm just creating the field, okay, and I'm giving some more space to the delivered price, and I don't want to show this page 1 of 2. So this is the field. So just select this and delete it. It will remove from your report. Okay. Now save, go to the print view. Now you see my report is fine. All the fields are visible. Okay. And if I go to the next page, also I have my name coming. Now here what I have to do is I have to add a field here. I have to add a new column that says total cars for France, okay, is equal to whatever, 40 or 45. Let's see how do we do that. So now, but that has to come on the the report footer. Why? Because this is I should show that only on the last page of the report. Okay, so here where I have the report footer, add a label. Okay, add a label like this, add a label like this, okay, on the left. If you add on the left, you will see that on the left. What we have to add there, we have to add, you see, calculate the total number of cars, this point. Calculate the total number of cars in this selection and place it at the bottom of the report. It's at the Report means the last page of the report footer. Add a label that is total cars for France. So add this label to this report here. Total cars for France equals, okay. So reduce this here. Okay, now just check, go to the print view again. Now you see I don't get that total cars for France on this page. Why this? Why? Because this is not the last page of the report. So if I go to the next page, you see I get total cars for France on the report footer. Page footer, report footer. I repeat, report footer, page footer, okay, and report header, page footer. Okay, we don't have anything as page header. Okay, now close. Now here I have to add a, now if you want to add any text, it is a label, but if you want to do any mathematical calculations, add a text box. Okay, that is a different. So click on the text box and just add a text box here like this next to here. Okay, and here once you add that text box, you will get some box here. So simply click and delete it, and here you write the formula equal to, what we have to do, we have to count, count, count what, the total number of records. So I can count the total number of records, put to parenthesis, and I can simply count on the any field what I have here. So I can count on this. So I can type VIN. Okay, type. You can count any records because win or model will also have the same count, right? So I will count on win. Okay, just open the bracket. So the formula will be very simple. So count. Okay, put the open and closing parenthesis and say win. Okay, and if you hit enter or if you click on any other blank space, it will automatically add this parenthesis. Now go to view and go to the print view. If you go to the print view now, go to the next last page. Here you will see that total cars for France is automatically calculated and it says 40. Okay, so and tomorrow if it is 30, it will automatically count. So what I am doing is I am counting the win field. So I can count win, model, power, whatever, but I will get the same results. Okay, so this is the end of the query 1. So once you have finished this, you can upload, save this file, close this database file, okay, and go to your database and upload this complete database file. So before uploading, close this database file and upload. So similarly, you will be trying report 2 and 3 and 4, which I have a separate YouTube videos. Okay, I hope, I know this is a long session, but I hope you will be able to complete in a single session. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.